to introduce myself, my name is Adam Sterneri. I'm an urban planner in the city of Phoenix. I'd say generally, what maybe one of the earlier experiences I had that made me interested in planning was, I'd previously been involved in arts promotion downtown. And through doing that, it made me, got me involved in the downtown arts community, a lot of different businesses, and introduced me to some issues with planning issues and permits and zoning requirements downtown. And eventually over time, it led to my professional and academic interests in urban planning.
Great. And how did you become passionate and involved in our Phoenix city?
Absolutely. I mean, I'd say during university is, when I started to get involved in kind of public agencies, ASU, the planning program and the sustainability programs, both of which I was involved in, offered great opportunities. I worked at a research group at ASU called the Decision Theater, introduced me to a lot of many different local partners, state agencies, private businesses, et cetera. In sustainability, they had a professional requirement that led me to do an internship at the state senate. And additionally, through the planning program, I also got involved as an intern at the planning and development department in the city of Phoenix, which ultimately led to my current job. So thank you to all those opportunities at ASU.
Yeah, great experience. And what are your core values and how are they reflected in your work?
That's a great question. I don't want to provide too much of a rote answer, but I think generally, what the professional AICP type of answer is pretty appropriate here. I think key is ethical decision making. One of the ways I do that in my work, I try to do that in my work, is to make sure that recommendations that I provide are consistent with technical requirements. So things in the zoning ordinance, other city standards. And of course, also making sure that they're consistent with city policies. City policies, in many cases, are reflective of public processes that we've done with community partners. And you want to always make sure that you have an understanding of those plans and where they are in place to make sure that the decisions you're making are consistent with what the community has asked us to do. Inclusivity and diversity, obviously, also key ones. One of my current roles here at the city is as a hearing officer. So in my work, I always make it a point to ensure that we're reviewing all correspondence, all public comments, all letters submitted, making sure that we have found ways to incorporate concerns from those letters wherever possible. And of course, making sure to help anyone who's interested get involved in our processes and find ways to participate whenever and every time we hear that someone wants to. And I think maybe another important part is that, Phoenix is uniquely large. We have a huge number of different types of communities within the city. So whether that's, the northern desert villages, the central city downtown core, the unique communities in the south of Phoenix, et cetera, you really always need to consider your local context when you're looking at individual projects. It's certainly never a one-size-fits-all in Phoenix. And then, of course, probably highest among all of those is equity. You need to ensure that, when you're an urban planner, you're working with a large variety of different stakeholders. Those can be homeowners, all the way up to land use attorneys, and people with experience all the way in between all of those things. And you want to make sure to be providing the same level of service and kind of customizing your work to what each individual needs in their circumstance.
Yeah, thank you. And which project and activities are you involved in?
Right now, my role in the zoning section. So for anyone who doesn't know zoning, that's pretty broad, but most of my work is regarding entitlements. So that may be zoning or rezoning. We also call that current planning. I do a lot of things. One thing on our plates right now is I do what's called planned unit development review. So that's serving as an advisor to within a larger group